I don't know.
You don't know what?
Too homoerotic for me.
No.
That commercial,
Headline just on NBC, U.S. military will dissolve cabinet. So they're just taking over the whole
Egyptian
government.
military?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not our military.
I was going to say, no, that ought to be our headline.
Yeah. Talking about Egypt.
All right, then.
Yeah. So the whole government system is just going to go away. And the military is going to try to keep a check on things while they establish a government. Of course, there's always the opportunity, as so often happens, where one of the lead military guys thinks,
I've always wanted to dictate.
I've been running the place for 6 months now, but I keep running it for a while.
The fellows seem to like me. They salute me all the time. Maybe I'll try it. Yeah. So you're sitting there in Egypt. You got like a property tax bill. What do you do with it now?
I've always wondered that when these revolutions were coming.
Maybe I just lose this.
Did all your money in the bank just become worthless if you have any money in the bank?
Probably not, because the banks certainly have an interest in continuing to be a bank. Or are they government run over there? I don't know.
Or just, like you said, with your...
Or the currency, just specifically?
Yeah. Or like you said, your energy bill, or you got a car loan. I'm just not going to pay my car loan. What are you going to do?
You going to call the cops?
Are you?
They might. What do you do with the police?
Who are the
corrupt,
cops?
Torturing police. What now with them now?
Who do the cops answer to? They answered to Mubarak before. He's gone.
Right.
I don't know how that would. There'd have to be a lot of the little details of this that would be a real mess.
Oh yeah. 1-866-331-TALK. Well, I think that's the point that the gentlemen on Camelback were trying to make as they stove in people's heads. 1-866-331-TALK. To the phone.
All those piles of rocks that Alistair was talking about yesterday or early this morning, they never got to throw them.
Getting ready to chuck them at Mubarak supporters or the Army or whoever gave them any guff. It's Benjamin in Wheatland. Hey, Benjamin, go ahead.
Hey, when this whole thing started in Egypt, my sentiment was live free or die, and that seems to be a sentiment that the Egyptian people were taking seriously with their cries of that we'll die here before we leave.
Right. Give me liberty or give me death. It had become their new hot new phrase over there.
But I think it should be, we should keep in mind, and I'm hoping the Egyptians keep in mind, and it seems they are, because I'm following a few people on Twitter, kind of getting their firsthand ground view of things.
I follow Lady Gaga. You follow people in Egypt. Whatever. We each have our own taste. But what have you found out?
Well, and what it seems to me is that, well, they're not dead, so they're living, but they certainly see this as a first step, and that's something we should remember, because they went from a dictatorship to now military rule. It's not that they're living free instantaneously with this change. Right. But it's a largely symbolic step that shows them that, hey, we can affect real change, that we can get something done.
Yeah.
And I think that's
agreed.
important.
Well, and it's a hell of a powerful message to the rest of the Middle East to the extent that the people get it.
Absolutely. And, it all started with the protests and riots in Tunisia that have started spreading. But hopefully this will show people, hey, if we keep it up, if we keep going, something might actually happen. It might actually change rather than it fizzling out going, well, nothing happened.
All right. Thanks, Benjamin. I'm afraid they're going to try it and think that in Syria and get mowed down like grass.
I don't think it's largely symbolic. The police aren't going to be coming for you in the night.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah. I think you could say bad things about the government on the street right now and get away with it. I don't think the military's going to hunt you down. Last call. Anything you want to call about? 1-866-331-TALK. What do you got planned for Valentine's Day? 1-866-331-TALK. You are listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show.